Hello everyone, Squee here. Sorry, I'm losing my voice because I'm sick and I wanted to get this done before I lose my voice completely. But something has come to my attention that I want to get out there for all of you who've ever considered Let's Playing and just never really given it a shot, or have been on the fence or whatnot. I am basically going to try and start encouraging more people to Let's Play, because we need more Let's Players. It's a fun hobby. It's great. It's fun. It's changed my life, and the only thing that's stopping you from doing it is you most of the time. Now, a lot of times, and this is why this video came to my mind, is a lot of people were stopped because recording software to make high quality LPs was expensive. You either had to have a capture card, or you had to have Fraps or PlayClaw or something like that, because the free programs were never really that good. And no one likes it when you point a camcorder at the TV screen. So a lot of people just haven't had the ability. Well, okay. Well, now you do. Okay. Assuming your computer doesn't die on you. So Open Broadcaster, this program right here, Open Broadcaster software is free, completely free to use. Sorry, I know it's causing infinity of windows, but so it's completely free to use, and I'll put a description link in the description below. You can now use this. It's actually a streaming software. It's a software to stream to Twitch and the like, but you don't have to use it like that. You can use it as a screen capture like Fraps, and it's 100% free and does high quality videos. All of my recent SWTOR with Ven have been done with Open Broadcaster. And I'm going to show you how to use it, but basically it's a free alternative to Fraps or PlayClaw or capture cards, as long as you're playing some sort of PC game, or have a way to hook up your console to your PC. So you no longer need to shell out $50. You can use this. It's absolutely free. I'll show you how to do it, so you can download it, set it up, and start making your own LPs. And if this is what you've been waiting on to start making your LPs, then you don't have to wait any longer. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to put a thread. I think there's already one in the Please Select Your Podcast in my forum. What I'm going to do is there's a thread there. I'm going to encourage people, if you want to start Let's Playing, and you start Let's Playing, and you start a Let's Play, and you start putting up videos and all that, and you post your Let's Plays there in the thread. I will, like I said, I'll have the link in the description below. I will look at them when I have time, as much as I can, and everyone else can look at them and give you feedback and all that stuff. And what I will try and do is maybe once a month, basically do a short showcase video of, hey, this guy's doing this LP, go check it out, or this guy's doing that LP, go check that out, it's a really good time, etc., etc., to try and get you guys some more exposure. I'm not a fantastically huge LP or anything like that, but I mean, I have enough of an audience that it could get you some views, and quite honestly, a few views are all you need to keep going. Trust me, I know, I was there. What I'll do is I'll take a look at them when I can, and offer advice whenever I can. If it's really, really painful to watch, I will work with you as much as I can, as much as I have time to. Now, understand, everyone, if there's 100 people that post videos, I just won't have the time to sit down and be a personal coach or anything like that. I will try and watch some of them and give opinions and help try and make it better, but really the idea here is to get new LPers out there and to get them promoted, and to let viewers like you guys who aren't interested in LPing yourselves but love watching them, get you guys to their videos. So that would be the idea, and I'd probably do that maybe once a month, or try to. The requirements are basically very, very simple. I don't care what kind of game you LP. I don't care what your LP style is. I'm going to give you some quick tips on what to do or not to do, but I don't care what your style is. Just put it up there, and because everyone likes every sort of thing. There's someone out there who will enjoy what you do. The only requirements I ask is that, A, you be under 100 subscribers, which is a lot for people who are starting out. So, because the thing is, if you have more than 100 subscribers, you're doing good. You may not think you're doing well, but if you have 100 subscribers, you're doing well. I mean, that's a lot of YouTubers never get to 100 subscribers. So you have to be under 100 subscribers. And even if you've been LPing for a while and you're still under the 100 subscriber mark, you're eligible for this too. I mean, you're free to do this. My goal is just to promote people who are not noticed. There's so many people out there on YouTube that are very good LPers and they don't have a lot of views simply because no one's noticed them before. So that's kind of my goal. So either if you're a new LPer or even an old LPer, but if you're under 100 subscribers, you can post there. And you have to be dedicated, meaning the LP doesn't have to be done, but you have to have enough episodes that I am confident that you will keep going, that this is something you want to do. This is not something where you did 8 episodes and gave up or quit. You can post in the forums once you've got a few episodes up, that's fine. But I wouldn't showcase you in the video until you have a good number of videos, you look like you're going to continue doing this LP, because nothing's worse than an unfinished LP. So there's that. And then as long as you follow those, I will try and put you in the showcase video and give you some exposure. And because we really need more LPers out there. And now that Open Broadcaster is free and a resource that you can use, you now have the opportunity to. So let me get to the whole reason for this video. All of this was just a clever facade. No, what brought all this up actually was I'm going to do a personal request, which is going to sound really strange, but I'm sick, so I think that I deserve it. It's no secret that I love the Mass Effect games, and my guilty pleasure, beyond anything else on YouTube, is to find blind Let's Plays of the Mass Effect trilogy, blind playthroughs, people who have never played the trilogy before, playing through it and experiencing it and putting it up on YouTube. I love that more than anything else because I really love seeing how different people react to the different parts of the story. It's my favorite video game series, and while I can never play it again for the first time, I can live vicariously through other people who do. And I've pretty much run out of blind Let's Plays. I've watched all the ones that I can watch, that I have found. Maybe there's one obscure one out there somewhere I haven't seen yet, but so I need more. I'm out. I ran out. So if you want me to watch and you've never played the Mass Effect games before, I enjoy people who go through the whole trilogy, that experience the whole story. So either starting with Mass Effect 1 or like Mass Effect 2, but with the Genesis comic. It's free, so there's no reason not to download it. And trust me, you do not want to play Mass Effect 2 without at least doing the Genesis comic first. Believe me on that. But I really do love that more than anything else. So if there's anyone out there who has never played the Mass Effect series and you've thought about it LPing before, and I promise you I would probably watch it, this is the time to start, because like I said, I've run out. I can't find any new ones. So, you know, my addiction has got no crack for it. The only thing I ask is, of course, I prefer Paragon runs, but I'm not going to tell anyone how to play their game. As long as you take the story seriously, don't be Darkside Phil and just talk about boobs and stuff during the whole story. No one likes that. So, I'm going to show you guys how to use Open Broadcaster. And of course, I'm sorry for Mass Effect. If you played it before, I'm sorry. I mean, I've played the game enough times to know what it is. What I really enjoy are people who are experiencing it for the first time. If you've played it a lot of times, I might still watch it. I mean, but it won't be as interesting to me. And if you've played it before, don't pretend that you haven't. I can usually tell. I've played that game enough times to know when you know what you're doing. So, yes, let me show you how to use Open Broadcaster. So, I'm sorry for this. So, anyway, you'll install it. You'll open this up. You'll see File and Settings and all that stuff. You'll see this down here. Here's what you're going to want to do. You want to go to Settings. All right, you want to start with General. That's, you know, fine. You can look at that. You want to go to your encoding. And, what you're going to do is if you want a good recording. Now, we're not talking about streaming. We're talking about just recording. So your bit rate here isn't really going to apply that much. actually, you go to broadcast settings first, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to file output only, not live stream. Now, if you want to live stream too, that's fine. What you do is you live stream, and I'm not going to show you how to live stream. You can figure that out on your own, and you make sure to click save to file, and then you'll do both. You'll live stream and you'll record. But for our purposes, you're only using this to record. So you go to file output only, you'll choose where you want it to save, and the good part about this too, it's a lot smaller than say Fraps. It's about 3 gigabytes for every hour of recording, which is good, which is really, really good. So you can set your hotkeys to stream and not to stream, and so you do that, make sure it's file output only, then go to encoding, and you want to make sure this is at least 3000 at least to get a good quality picture. Since you're not streaming, this shouldn't be a big problem if you don't have a big internet connection, because you're not using the internet. This is basically what quality it records your window at. So you want this to be good quality. At least 3000. I usually record 6000 if I'm just recording solo stuff and not streaming. If you're trying to stream, don't stream it at 6000. No one will be able to watch it. But yeah, you want to make sure your audio is at least 256 so that you have good audio. Then you can go down here to your video, set your resolution, downscale it if you need to, make sure the fraps is 30. Don't worry about your frame rate being higher than 30. YouTube doesn't go above 30 anyway, so just it saves space. You need to set your sound for the video game, where it's coming out of. Is it coming out of your headsets? Make sure you have it set to your headsets or whatnot. Make sure you have your microphone in there too. You obviously need a microphone to Let's Play. And just make sure all that's set up. Don't worry about advanced. Don't mess with any of this stuff. Microphone noise gate, you really don't need to mess with this. You can if you know what you're doing. And then you hit OK. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to Sources, Add, go to, usually here's what I do. I'll start the game in windowed mode. And I think you have to be able to play the game in window mode. That's like the one rule that I think you need in order for Open Broadcaster to work. You have to be able to play it in window mode, I believe. I'm not positive. Game capture might actually work on a full screen game. Anyway, you start the game up, and you go to either game capture or window capture. And let's say you go to window capture. And then you'll select your game. I don't have a game running, so you won't see it, but it'll show a game here, and then you select enter window, etc., etc. You hit OK, and then I can't hit OK because I haven't selected anything, but you hit OK, and it'll appear down here. As you see, I'm using monitor capture. I'm showing my whole monitor, just whatever's on my monitor. If you use window capture or game capture, it will just show your game. So you wouldn't see this infinity stuff. You would just see the game, which is very useful. But so you would see that here, and then what you would do is you would preview the stream. You would click preview the stream, which is actually basically just shows you what it looks like without actually starting to record. Then you edit the scene to hello. Yeah, you can edit the scene to get it to change the size, because usually it's not the correct size, so you edit it until it fits this window, right? So then once you're done editing it, you do that. Then you hit stop stream, and then you hit start streaming. And this start streaming is basically start recording. And then you will start recording your game, and then you just use it to record your game. And when you're done, you hit stop. You go to wherever it was saved. And then, so yeah, you hit stop, you go to wherever it's saved. Now, if you need to edit it and render it and cut it up, I suggest Movie Maker. It's very simple. If you have Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, then you already know how to do this stuff. I don't need to explain it to you, but let's say you don't. Everyone has Windows Movie Maker if you have Windows. So all you need to do is take said file, like this file right here that you just recorded for your LP. You throw it into Windows Movie Maker, just like that. All right. It'll take a little while to basically, it's making it so that Windows Movie Maker can read it. This will take, depending on how long it is, this will take some time, take maybe half an hour or something. So you go away, you come back later when it's done. It's much faster if you have like Adobe Premiere because or Sony Vegas because it doesn't have to worry about this. But we're talking about free here. So you throw it in here, you let it do its thing. Eventually it'll become playable. And then what you do is, since it's a Let's Play, you don't have to do a whole lot of editing unless you want to. If you want to edit out all your mistakes and all that, then you can just go to the different parts of the video. You can't see it now, but here, let me remove this. Let me throw in something that I used with Fraps just so you can see what's going on. Sure. You can stop that. All right, so this is Fraps. It automatically reads Fraps, so you know. But basically, once it's done loading, it'll look like this, and you can just go anywhere you want. Just click on it, and you go to Edit. And let's say you want to cut this part out, you just hit Split. You go wherever you want to hit it again, you hit Split again, and then you right-click and remove. Boom, and then you just cut it out. You cut it up into however many episodes you want. Let's say you recorded for an hour and you want to make 3 episodes. You cut them up into 20-minute episodes, and then you say split. Then here's how I do it. With Windows Movie Maker, you don't have the ability to render multiple files at once. So here's what you do. You make the first 20 minutes, you right-click, cut. Actually, hang on. No, just copy and then remove. What the? Alright, then you render this, which means you go home, you go to save movie, you save at whatever you want your render settings to be. I suggest 720p, it's up to you what you want to save it as. Then you'll choose where to render it to. It'll render, takes some time. Trust me, rendering videos takes time. There's no way around that. Windows Movie Maker is pretty fast about it though. And then once it's done, it'll tell you it's done. You go back here, you go back to paste, you paste back all the other stuff. Remove the first part, cut up the next 20 minutes, and do the same thing. That's the easiest way to divide it up into episodes. I mean, so it's not hard. A little trial and error, you guys have got it. And you can start making your own very own high quality LPs. Now, like I said, there are a few exceptions. This does need to kind of be PC stuff unless you have a capture card. If you don't have a capture card, I mean, if you're trying to play it on the console, you're gonna need some sort of capture card. This is only for PC games. This is what will work best. What else am I saying? So a quick couple tips of do's and don'ts. First of all, there is a section in the forum. I'll put that in the link as well for please select your podcast. That is a podcast that Kriana, Inferno, Piff Zero, and Inferno Canuck, Piff Zero, and I have done. There's about 6 episodes of it, and it's all about Let's Playing. What we think are good things to do during a Let's Play, and what we think are bad things to do during a Let's Play, and techniques and all that. I would watch those if you haven't already. A lot of good stuff there, but let me quick give you a rundown of some good do's and don'ts. And keep in mind, these are just my opinions, but, you know, these are decent opinions. Wow, that sounded arrogant, but you know what I mean. First of all, commentary is hard. Just understand, commentary is hard. It's not an easy thing to do. Some people it comes naturally, other people it doesn't. When you start LPing, you're going to be nervous. Just go check out my very first LP episode ever, Mass Effect 2 episode 1. I sounded like a church mouse. It was really bad because I was really nervous. It's fine. You're going to be nervous. You'll get used to it. You'll be amazed how fast you get used to it. A couple of things when it comes to commentary. Don't try too hard to be funny. Don't. If there's no joke there, don't push it. You don't have to be funny to be a successful Let's Player. See, here's the thing that I have noticed in a lot of Let's Players, especially younger Let's Players, 12, 13, 14. And I'm not saying everyone who's 12, 13, or 14 does this, but a lot do, because it's your natural cadence. You're so young and you're so full of energy that this is what I see in an LP. Oh my god, Garrus. Oh god, Garrus. You're so funny, Garrus. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's shooting me. He shot me in the face. Oh my god, he's on fire. Ah, oh man, he's on fire. Ah, I love it when he's on fire. That is, first of all, way too fast. You need to slow down a little bit. Be more relaxed. You're trying way too hard. Especially if you're trying to do that and be funny at the same time. It just comes off as being forced. If there's no joke there, don't force it. Senses of humor only work when they're natural and relaxed. So slow down. Slow down your pace. You don't have to be the Micro Machine Man. You guys probably don't even remember who he is. You don't have to be talking 100 miles a minute. You can slow down, have much more relaxed commentary. No one's gonna mind if you have 30 seconds and don't have anything to say. That's fine. No one minds that. Also, like I said, don't try and force the funny if it's not there. You don't have to be funny. There are a lot of successful Let's Players out there who don't tell jokes at all. They're informative. They're just relaxed. They're just fun to listen to. They don't have to always tell jokes. So, like I said, don't rush it. Don't force the sense of humor. You know, let it become natural. Don't try and emulate anyone. Don't try and be Kriana or Variax or me or anything like that. Don't try to be us. Now, if your sense of humor happens to be similar to, say, Kriana's, and that's just your natural sense of humor, fine, roll with it. That's fine. People can tell. People know when something is your natural sense of humor and when you're trying to be someone else. So just be yourself. Either you'll be a funny person or you won't. You don't have to be funny to be a good Let's Player. I know lots of Let's Players who really aren't that funny. They're just very fun to listen to. What else? What else? There's something else. Sound checks. Please, for the love of God, for your own sake, sound check. Before you start recording, every time you sit down to record, before you start recording, do a sound check. That means get to a part of the game with some sort of loud music or something. Usually menu screens are good. Menu screens usually have epic music or something. Press record, talk for a few seconds, stop record, and listen to it to make sure that your voice and the video game are both audible and they're both understandable. Nothing is worse than recording for 2 hours just to find out that your microphone didn't work, or that the video game's so loud you can't hear you, or that the video game's so quiet you can't hear it. Nothing is worse than that. So every time you sit down to record, sound check yourself. Okay? Yeah. Pretty much. That's the big ones. Don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong. Oh my gosh. And take the story seriously. If it's a story game, like Mass Effect, SWTOR, whatever. If it's a game with a serious story, take the story seriously. I don't mind, you know, I don't mean you can't joke around, but there's nothing worse than when, you know, you're trying to, as a viewer, watch a serious story in a game, and all the Let's Player is doing is talking about boobs. Oh my god, her boobs are big. I'm totally gonna bang her. I mean, no. I suppose there's an audience that likes that, but many more people, especially if you're playing a game like Mass Effect or anything like that, we want to see you experience the story, not just make fun of the story. And it loses appeal if you're not taking it seriously. So, also, that said, as a Let's Player, understand that Let's Players are popular as opposed to walkthroughs. People watch Let's Plays as opposed to walkthroughs because they want to know what your experience is. They want to know how you felt when you played this game. Nothing is more confusing to me than when a Let's Player who's a good commentator, I even have one in my head, I can't think of their name, but like they're a good commentary, they're a great Let's Player, they will get to an important part of the game, a huge scene that has a huge impact, and they won't discuss their feelings on it whatsoever. It's like the scene happens, they go, okay, and then they just move on with the game. And I'm just sitting there going, so your thoughts on what just happened? Question mark? You're a Let's Player. You are adding commentary. People are trying to share this experience with you, so don't be afraid to talk about your views and opinions on what just happened, especially if it's a blind game. If something important just happened, what do you feel about it? Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Are you torn up inside? Did you think it was silly? Did you think it was funny? Let us know. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this for every time someone opens their mouth. Every time one of your characters says something, you don't have to share, you know, how that made you feel inside. But at least important events in the story, we want to share your experience with you, and we can't do that if you don't tell us what you're experiencing. So don't be afraid to do that. Just try not to completely talk over cutscenes. It's a very hard thing for me too. Talking during a cutscene is a tricky thing. Sometimes you just have to say something that's really funny. Try and find pauses in the cutscene, like if it's waiting for you to choose a dialogue option or something like that. If you just constantly talk over a cutscene, as a viewer, it's really hard because you want to pay attention to the cutscene and you want to pay attention to the Let's Player, and you can't do both. So either don't talk during cutscenes and talk about it after, or wait until breaks, or try and limit it however you can. Anyway, I've been prattling on long enough. Yes, so you know what? This has been a long enough video. My throat's hurting. I'm gonna go rest. So you guys, if you've ever thought about Let's Playing, now is the perfect time to start. I don't care what you Let's Play. I don't care if it's a strategy game, a sports game, a fighting game, whatever. Though, like I said, I would love more blind run-throughs of Mass Effect trilogy. But, I'm sorry, such shameless requests. But no, I'll put it in the link below that you're doing this, and I will, whenever I can, take time to look at it and hopefully give you feedback. And other people in the forum will give you feedback too, as long as it's constructive, people. We are not Let's Play forum a-holes that just tell people that they suck and they should give up Let's Playing. No, make it nice, make it constructive, make them feel accepted and welcome, or I swear to God, I will erase your post. I kid you not. I will not do, there is nothing worse to me than if you're a new Let's Player, you are running out on a limb. You are sticking your neck out to the entire public, and you are taking a big risk, and your confidence is negligible because you just started. And all it takes is one person saying one nasty thing for that person to completely give up on Let's Playing and never do it again. It can be completely damaging. So I swear I will erase posts that are just mean and not constructive, because you could ruin someone's entire Let's Play career because you were being a dick. So anyway, yes, go out there and let's play, and let's get more people in the Let's Play community with good Let's Play commentary. Not just screaming and boob jokes and racist comments and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get some ice cream.